students. Today, all of my fourth graders, are going to be learning a math lesson. Our objectives today are students will be able to convert measurements from a larger unit to a smaller unit, or from a smaller unit to a larger unit. You'll also be able to solve problems that deal with measurement of liquid volumes. Today, we're going to be converting gallons into smaller units. So, before we get started, I wanted to show you a couple of familiar items so that you can recognize the units that we'll be talking about. This, for instance, is a gallon, typically associated with a gallon of milk. Next, we have a quart. There are 4 of these in 1 gallon. Next, we have a pint, and there are 2 pints in a quart. And last, we have 1 cup. Here we have the 1 cup measuring line. One thing to remember is that we also have ounces within a cup. 8 to be exact, 8 ounces in a cup. All right, so we are going to get started with a quick little tip that will help you on future test questions and whatnot to be able to make this quick little drawing that I'm going to show you and be able to answer questions, break down those questions and answer them a little bit easier without having to remember all of the measurements off the top of your head. So I'm going to introduce you guys to Gallonland. This is our big G representing Gallonland. All right, within Gallonland lives 4 queens, or 4 quarts, better known as 4 quarts. All right. Now, each quart, or queen in my example, has 2 pints, better known as princesses. We'll call them princesses. Now, each princess has 2 children. So, the C represents cups. We're just calling them children for fun. And there are 2 for each princess, or pint. So here is our first and our second that belong to this pint. Okay. All right, almost done. Okay. And then within each cup, there are 8 ounces. So we're just going to represent that with an 8 out to the side of each. And my marker is dying. Okay, so here you have it. In Gallonland lives 4 queens, quarts. There are 2 princesses, or pints, in each queen or quart, and then each princess has 2 children, okay? And then we've got 8 ounces for each of those. All right, so I will have a couple of questions prepared for you guys. Wanted to ask if our question presented asked how many cups are in a pint, we would go here. This is our pint. These are our cups. So it's 2 cups in a pint. Next, if our question was how many pints are in a quart, here we have 2 pints within our quart. Next question, how many pints are in a gallon? We would just notice that in our gallon, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pints in a gallon. And then lastly, what if the question was thrown at us, how many pints are in a half gallon? So we would just cut Gallonland right in half, and that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pints in a half gallon. All right, now, what if the question was how many cups are in a gallon? Here we know that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So 16 cups in a gallon. If we wanted to know how many ounces, we could actually just take 8 times 16 cups. We know we have 16 cups. We know 8 ounces are in a cup. So that would look like this. 16 cups times our 8 ounces, right? Yep, 128 ounces in a gallon. All right, last thing I wanted to show you guys that can be helpful is I've made this little chart. I'm going to give all of you a sheet of paper in a moment. You're going to gather into groups, and I want you to begin by folding your paper in half, like this, and then you're going to fold it in half again. You're going to fold it in half another time, and then one last time. This will give us a lot of creases that will help us when we open it back up. We'll have our gallon at the top. We'll write quart in each of these 4 squares. There's 2 pints within that quart and 2 cups within each pint. This will help us also with our measurements, and this is going to be a tool that you guys can use whenever we're doing reviews and such in the future. So I hope you got a lot out of this lesson. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks. Bye.